Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and Happy New Year's. If you are on my side of the world, it's already the 1st. If you are in America, I think it's probably New Year's Eve also. But anyways, that aside, today we're gonna be checking out the motherlode of abandoned cars here in Japan. I literally cannot believe my eyes and what's in front of me. But I don't think neither you or I are the most excited about this.
Oh. That
would be this guy. Whee! Hugo, you wanna go see some cars?
Car.
Car?
Car.
Let's go!
No way.
So check this out, guys. This is absolutely wild.
No.
And this is, I wish I could say that this wasn't like common in Japan, but this is fairly common, especially these days, to see lots like this packed of old abandoned race cars. These were definitely raced, May. You can tell because the headlights have been taped up, like crisscrossed like that. This is wild. Look at this thing. Obviously, it's pretty safe to say that these cars are a little worse for wear, especially this Hakosuka. This thing is so sad. Two-door. Man. I need to learn a little bit more about my Hakosuka models. This one has a turbo badge on it. Taillights don't look like they're in that bad shape, but under the car is bad. Very rusty. It's wild. This thing's just sitting on ramps here. Hugo loves it. This thing has definitely seen better days. Missing a lug nut.
This one has a sticker on the side.
Which one?
This one. It has like a racing sticker, number 51.
NA Roadster, Miata. Where?
On the side there, look.
Oh yeah, it's like the race series he was in, number 51. Our Moon, I believe this is the shop. This is their storage yard, and you can see the signage there. Their shop's actually a little around the corner. We might go have a look at it in a little bit. But these Hachirokus, these I think will still probably be savable. These three here, I think, especially the Roadster too. I think there's probably some life left in these three race cars.
What's that car on the truck?
He's loving it.
What's that car on the truck?
That thing is like an old Daihatsu. That's really cool. I don't even think that truck's moved in a long time. You can see all the vines and trees starting to like climb up all over it and grow all over it and all the rust and stuff.
Look at these wheels here.
It's
Sorry,
cool, right?
No, I'm disrupting every moment.
You're fine.
Look at the
Old
wheels.
school four lugs. Man, total complete race cars. Like you look in there and you can see there's actually no headlights. They've been deleted. All the air ducting. There's a ton of bracing in here. You can see the big oil cooler. Look at this chunky oil cooler in there. It's all oil cooler. It's like a Predator setup maybe? Because it looks like there's an intercooler up the top there. So that's got me wondering, that's the radiator down there. So it's like a V-mount with an intercooler up the top, like a rotary. Like what a lot of guys do, their RX-7s. I wonder what motor's in that. It's turbo though, so that's cool. Awesome. This one still has its headlights. You can see the glass sitting in there. And everything looks relatively stock except a big oil cooler in there and a radiator and a horn. This thing's stripped out internally though. Oh, buckets. They're really hard to see. You can see in this one too. Look at that. All the old harnesses, boxes of wiring harnesses in there. Another Hachiroku there. That's all been stripped out too in the front. You can see like that same bonnet. And then another Hakosuka there, two-door. Jeez. This yellow one, there's two Hakosukas. This blue one and then a silver one. All overgrown. Look at the wing on that 8.6. Interesting. That's not a hatchback. It's a sedan, but with the pop-up lights in the front. So cool. The old Perspex there too. Very nice. Dang. The old Recaro in the passenger seat there, and then the old Bride. That's like a Zeta 1 or something. Very cool. This thing has sat for so long though. Look at all the rust that's just falling off this car. Poor Hakoska. I wonder if it's got a... would this be L series? It looks like it looking at that header. But it had a turbo badge on the back. That looks like a header though. I don't know, maybe someone just stuck a turbo badge on it, but you can just see. Poor thing. There's like an old Japanese energy drink there under the car. Dang. Disc brakes in the front. Missing a lug nut on this side too. Interesting. Man, it's so sad when I see this type of thing, but it's become all too common. Dang, look at this view though. Crazy.
It's the end of the year, which means it is Fukubukuro season. For those of you that are OGs, you already know this, but in Japanese culture, at the end of the year and the start of next year, the whole new season kind of thing, companies all across Japan sell Fukubukuros. Fuku means lucky, and then bukuro means bag. So, lucky bags. They're kind of like mystery packs, and in each one of these you get worth normally more than the value of what you pay. So we have a $50 Fukubukuro and a $100 Fukubukuro. If you want to jump in and enjoy some Japanese culture, then head to SAMMIT.net, grab yourself one of these bags, and every single bag that we are selling, we're throwing in New Year's charms, just like these that you can put in your car or in your house and all that type of stuff. And there's tons of different types of them. So definitely check it out. Go to SAMMIT.net, place your order for one of these bad boys right away. And we had to duck over the road because we're also doing 10% off on Tomei's entire inventory. That means titanium exhaust, their head gaskets, their camshafts, engine kits, and stroker kits, as well as fuel pressure regulators, and so much more. Go to SAMMIT.net, place your order right now for genuine Tomei parts out of Japan for the end of year sale.
New products!
What are these?
Look, they are forged pistons kit, the 26, 86.2, and they got the 87.5 mil ones.
Do you know why this is awesome and why this is so special? This is a size that you probably can't buy anywhere else. The stock size is 86 mil. So only going to 0.2 means that you can still get another bore out of it if something ever goes wrong. Your block is still savable.
Yeah.
So normally everyone goes straight to an 87 mil or an 87.5 or even bigger to 88. So this is awesome for those guys that don't want to destroy their blocks.
Yeah.
So you can still get a couple more bores out of it. So because these pistons are a new product and literally just been released today, they're not going to be on our website, but if you shoot an email to the girls through the contact form on the website, they'll get back to you, they'll quote up shipping, and they'll quote up any other Tomei products that you want to get that we don't have on our website yet. We can sell you anything that they stock. So make sure you send an email. These are a game changer for you RB26 guys, so get on them. Having a good look at this Miata, you can see that it's all set up for racing too. The tow hook stuff's cool that he's modified there, but I'm just trying to get a good look. Damn, that radiator is sitting low. Doesn't look like it's hooked up anymore. This thing has not moved in a hot minute, just looking at these tires. All cracked up. Bonnet pins. The little arrows, sick. And it's a good kind of like glimpse of what the old kind of road racing, kind of grip racing scene was like in Japan. You know, everyone raging on these back in the old days. And this truck is pretty cool, double decker. You can see the old Sunoco sign there too, that's pretty cool. And yeah, another look at these cars from behind here. That silencer there, that looks kind of wild.
Yeah, how narrow it gets.
It's wild that that hatchback doesn't have the pop-ups, but the pop-ups are on the sedan over there. That's kind of funny to me, but very cool still. Man, so sad. Looks like someone lost a New Balance shoe. I don't see any Corvettes around here though.
Shoo!
Don't touch it.
Chewy?
No, don't teach him that. So we're actually in the area because there's a theme park close by that we wanted to take Hugo to. But when we saw that, we had to pull over and check it out. And then this is the main shop here. Closed unfortunately by the looks of things, but there are so many cars here. There's even a Supra and then an old A70 Celica Supra maybe, or just a Celica, I'm not sure. And a 32 GTR, I think. Kinda crazy.
Wait, what?
CRX too, dang. That's a Starlet, I believe. So many cars here. So I think this might be a paint and body shop. Like a Bankia-san. Another 886. And then that looks like a Hakosuka under that cover. This looks like a Hakosuka too, maybe.
Oh.
But yeah, this is the shop. Our Moon Technical Factory. That's cool. Another 86 there. Very cool. Definitely have to come back here on another day when they're open. This old little small race car. Look at that. And it's got Maze on the side. So this probably raced at Maze. Dang. Look at all the old FRP cracking.
Wait, there's a shop cat.
Yeah, sounds like a shop cat. The old Advan wheels too.
It?
Meow. You hear it? Hey, buddy. Hey. Oh. Nice little cat. What a beautiful little shop cat. Ooh. Very nice.
Hello, bye-bye.
Cute little black one. Bye-bye. It's really cool to see old shops like this that have such a heritage and history in racing still operating today and doing what they love. Building, you know, the older, I guess, cars, right? It's cool. This shop looks awesome though from outside. Definitely a place we need to come back to and check out. Now you might be wondering, why is this kind of a common thing to see in Japan? There's a fair few reasons, and you've heard me talking about cars, paperless cars where the paperwork gets lost. But there's actually a little bit more of an interesting story to why a lot of shops end up with abandoned cars, especially like race cars and stuff like that. You got to realize back in the old days, there was this big bubble in Japan, and you know the yen was worth so much, and these cars were so cheap to them, right? All you have to do is look at some of the old, you know, videos from Option back in the day, where university students were literally going to competitions to trash and destroy their cars like demolition derbies, and they're driving, you know, S15s and S14s, drifting for the first time, entering at Meihan or Bihoku, and just rolling these brand new cars, because to them back then these cars were crazy cheap. Now the other issue with that was a lot of shops would get stuck with cars that they weren't theirs, essentially, and that happens because the customers would be like, oh, something's wrong with my car, can I drop it off and get a quote to fix it? The car would get taken to the shop. Then the shop would look at it, find out what's wrong with it, contact the owner and say, hey, it's going to cost like 10 grand to fix this thing. It's got a blown engine, needs all this work done. But then it was cheaper and for the customer to just ghost them, forget about the car that's left at this shop, and then go and buy a new car. And that's kind of what happened a lot. It was a big trend back then. Now, obviously, back then, no one really knew that these cars were going to skyrocket in value like they have. So this is the situation, is you end up with these paperless cars that are customers' cars that are stuck at your shop that you can't get in contact with the owner, and they've been sitting there for 10 to 15 years, and it's your responsibility to store the car until the customer decides to do something with it. And before you say, oh, what about liens and things like that? That doesn't really exist in Japan, and it's actually a huge it's a huge problem with the paperwork system and everything in Japan. It is very hard to get rid of a car that you don't own and have the papers to. An example of this is a friend of mine bought a property. There were some cars left on there. He didn't have the paper, but he bought that land, and that land was his, and everything on that land was his. But the cars he didn't have the papers for, he couldn't just have someone come and pick it up. He couldn't take them to the junkyard or scrapyard or anything. And it took like 3 years before they were even able to get those cars picked up and junked, because he didn't have the papers, and it was very hard. And even in the end, I think they had to do something dodgy to get them scrapped. So it's a huge kind of weird issue in Japan. When a car doesn't have papers, it's hard to really do anything with it. And that's why you see a lot of shops like this. Now, in this instance, I obviously don't know why all these cars are here, but that's a reason why they could have a lot of abandoned race cars left at their shop. And it's a reason why a lot of the other shops that we've checked out have had that same kind of issue, and why they also just like don't care that these cars are left out in the middle of the street for everyone to see, because they kind of hope someone does take them, if that makes sense, because they've been abandoned there for so long, and technically generally the owners owe them money. I know that's a little bit of a long rant, but I hope that helps you kind of understand the whole paperless car issue in Japan. Now let's go have some fun with Hugo at the amusement park. We have just arrived. What's this place called again, May? Yomiuri Lando. Yomiuri Lando. Hugo's first amusement park.
Crazy.
It even has Starbucks? Are you kidding me right now? Kebabs, balloons, all the good stuff. I'm gonna take him to the Ferris wheel first, I think. May's, that's mainly because May's just petrified of Ferris wheels. And we made it successfully to the Ferris wheel. Hugo's about it. Look at him, he's chill. May, not so much.
I don't like this.
She hates. Is it just height?
Heights, and then it's like swinging.
They're swinging, yeah. Luckily it's not a windy day, so we should be good. You look like you're sweating there, May. You alright?
Yeah.
You got this. You can close your eyes if you want.
No, it
Look,
makes
there's
it
Fuji.
worse.
That's Fuji over there, guys. You can see it in the distance.
Yeah, that's nice.
Barely. The view is awesome. And then over there, that's Tokyo. And then behind me is Hugo. Hey, he's loving life. The roller coasters are kind of cool from up here.
You reached the top?
Not yet, we still got a
Oh
while.
my god.
You'll be right. So this theme park is definitely a lot bigger than we were anticipating, but the rides are kind of awesome. Car factory supported by Nissan. And then there's a whole food factory supported by Nissan, which is a different company than Nissan. And it's the UFO yakisoba instant ramen theme. And there's a big teapot because it's instant ramen. Do you get it? So as they come flying out, they get dumped in water. They got ponchos on. That's cheating. Oh, the water stopped. Now apparently on good days, you can come over here and smash this button and you get to drench them, but it says it's not working today. Dang it. Would have been cool to get them wet. But where's the fun in wearing a rain jacket going on that ride? You know? We'll come back here at another time when you guys are a bit older, so that way you can go on a lot of these rides, but it's still pretty cool. And this is not far from our house, like 20 minutes. And then they're building a new one that's like, what, 5 minutes or 10 minutes away from our house soon? Like a whole new, brand new theme park.
I'm not stoked on the traffic.
Yeah, we're not too stoked on that one because that's a bit too close, but anyway, it's been a good day. You guys had fun.
Sam, have a look.
What's that? To dry off?
Yeah.
I think I've seen these in a store.
300 yen.
Yeah.
It's
300 yen and you stand in there and it dries you off. 300 yen for a blowjob's not bad.
Oh!
We're just leaving now, but on the way out, I noticed that it says here in English, good job attractions. So it kind of makes sense why they have a fashion factory, a food factory, and the car factory. Was there another one? I think there was. But it's interesting that the amusement park is kind of themed of inspiring kids for good job attractions. They have what?
Stationary.
Yeah. It was really kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was cool.
No, it was this.
Oh.
It was this big. At summertime, apparently there's a huge pool park.
Yeah, there's a huge water park here.
Like huge.
Like massive slides, everything. So we'll definitely come back. Not bad. And with that, guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you can see behind me, Hugo is passed out, which means mission accomplished for May and I. We can go home now and relax. Make sure you smash that like button, write us a comment, and tell me what kind of content you're excited to see in 2025. And subscribe, and definitely turn notifications on so you never miss out on any uploads. Next year is going to be a big year for us. We're only right around the corner from 800K subs as well. We're definitely going to be ticking off some bucket list stuff too. So we'll see you then. Peace.